Hello everybody and welcome back to another What I Eat, and today is a fat person reaction video. Please put your guesses of what you think you're going to be seeing down in the comments below, and my guess for today's video is going to be a meal comprised of entirely beige food, which is quite common, so I'm sure we will see that. So we're going to start with this lady, and we've seen her before, and her videos tend to be, her eating days tend to be quite bad, and at one point she had lost a bit of weight, so I'm not sure if she's still going on her weight loss journey or if she's just eating whatever, but we're gonna see, so let's get into it.
Welcome back to What I Eat in a Day as a plus-size girly, and fair warning, it was a lot. Now I watch this creator who always says that about her kid, and it's so cute. Anyway, starting off strong, I had French toast sticks with sausage and some maple syrup and a hazelnut coffee with Chobani sweet cream creamer.
So we've heard what she's had, and it is French toast with like the syrupy stuff and 2 pieces of this sausage. Beige, beige and beige, which is a shame. So I don't know how she's made this French toast, and in a previous video I said that some people make French toast with ice cream, and although I did originally hear that in a comment, I did then look it up, and there are people that do genuinely make French toast with ice cream, so we're going to have a quick look just so you know where that's come from. So this is the page that I saw when I looked up the comment about French toast being made with ice cream, because I've never heard that before, and you can see that it is a real thing. Some people do genuinely do it. I'm not saying it's common, and if that came across in a previous video then I didn't intend for that to happen, but people do make French toast with ice cream, and this is not the normal way of making it, not at all, but it can be done. So they're using like a cup of vanilla ice cream, for example, which is crazy. Don't have ice cream for breakfast, that's terrible. So if we then look up like a normal French toast recipe, so of course this is from BBC Good Food, this is an English website, so British website, so we're going to see what they use. They've used eggs, whole milk, double cream, again not the best, because it's just so calorically dense, and then vanilla, cinnamon, brioche, which again is a little bit higher in calories, and some icing sugar, which is sugar. So if we look on the calories or the nutrition, this is 401 calories for a serving, and I assume a serving is like 1 or 2 slices of toast. We'll have a look at that in a second. And then 7 grams of sugar, which is not horrendous to be fair, but it's not great either, and they actually don't say what a serving is, which is annoying. But yeah. Oh, 4 thick slices, I would assume this is for 2 people. Oh, this serves 4 people. So per 1 slice of toast, per 1 slice of bread, it's 401 calories, which is egregious, because if you're only eating 1 slice of toast, that is absolutely not going to fill you up. It's definitely not. And if you're eating 1 slice of toast that is covered in 7 grams of sugar and 12 grams of saturated fats out of 29 grams of fat, then you are going to be so hungry so quickly, and it's just not worth it. You can make it differently. Let's see what these people are doing. So yeah, so eggs, milk, flour, sugar, salt, cinnamon, vanilla, and bread. So there are different ways of doing it, so I don't know how this person has made it, of course, and I know this is quite a long tangent about French toast, but I know it did cause a little bit of kind of upset in the comments previously, so I just thought I would clear up where I got the ice cream comment from. So of course we don't know how this lady has made her French toast, but it's just not the best thing for you, especially if you're having it with added syrup or just like ultra processed meat on the side. So after my French toast rant, let's go and see what else she's having. So we've got the ultra processed meat as well, and I think to improve this meal, what she could do is maybe you can have the French toast. I mean, it is very high in calories, but she's a big girl, she can eat a lot of food. But instead of having these, she could have some like bacon that's not cooked in loads of oil, maybe cook it in butter or something, have less syrup, have a side of maybe a banana and an apple, and have maybe 2 or 3 eggs, maybe even 4 eggs, because she can eat that and be quite satisfied and it not throw her over the calories. But you've got to be mindful of how many calories are in this, and it does look incredibly saturated, so it's difficult to tell with this because we don't know how it's been made. But this is not going to keep her full. It's not a lot of food. It wouldn't keep me full, and I'm probably half her size. So yeah, it's not a very good breakfast. It's just ultra processed and sugary.
With sausage and some maple syrup and a hazelnut coffee with Chobani sweet cream creamer.
And I wonder how much creamer she used in her coffee because, again, creamers are generally quite high in calories. There's nothing to say that you can't have it, of course. Have creamer if you enjoy creamer, but just be mindful of how much you're having because you can very easily go over a single serving, which just isn't something that you want to do.
That has been my go-to breakfast lately. It keeps me full for a while, but then I'm always determined to eat protein and veggies during the day, and then that goes downhill when the day actually happens, so...
That's actually really sad. Like, she just said she wants to eat protein and veggies and stuff, but then it just goes downhill. It could very well be because she's starting her day with just carbs and sugar. I think if she was... And this is where preparing in advance comes in handy. So I think if she was to have food in the fridge that was pre-made and ready for her, that she'd cooked, but had prepared in advance, that was just ready and quick and easy, but also high in protein, high in veggies and stuff, then she would probably do a bit better. So she could have, say, an omelette and make it in the style of a quiche. So don't have the pastry, but just have... You could even whisk up 10 eggs, for example. And I know eggs are expensive, but forgive me, keep with me on this. She could kind of blend up or whisk up 10 eggs with a little bit of milk and some like seasonings to her taste, and then add in really finely chopped cabbage, grated carrots. She could add something like peas or sweet corn, whatever veggies that she enjoys. Mix that in. It would be enormous, and it would be kind of like a cake almost. Like it'd be like an egg cake, like a massive egg cup. And then she could cut that into, say, quarters. It would be a really big portion of eggs and veggies. So lots of protein, lots of fibre, lots of veggies in general. And then, yeah, cut it into quarters, have that portioned out. And then all she would have to do to make it, say, a proper breakfast or more filling for her because she's a big girl would be to add maybe a slice of toast with a little bit of butter on it, or add even like another banana or an apple, just something like that. She could add some sausages or bacon. She could add, I don't know, a nice big side salad, so lots of lettucey things, tomatoes and stuff like that. So there are ways around it where you can start your day off really strong, but you don't have to, say, cook breakfast in the morning if you're not a morning person. So, for example, I'm due to start a role soon, and it's a new job soon, and it starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm going to be working until 5 p.m. So I'm not going to have time in the morning or at 3 o'clock in the morning to be making breakfast. I'm not going to want to do that. I'm not going to want to eat at 3 o'clock in the morning either. So I'm going to be preparing breakfast and putting it in the fridge so the day before, so I can then take it to my next job, my second job, and have it there at a more normal time, like 9 o'clock. So there are ways around it, especially when you've got things that really do stop you cooking in the morning. But as I said, I'm back to my original point. I'm not surprised that it goes downhill when she's just starting with carbs and sugar. And we can see that it's gone downhill because she's had a fast food meal, which are never really good for you. And then she's got chips and deep fried chicken. So again, it's not good. And you can make these sorts of things at home that, yes, they're still going to kind of kick the craving, but they're not going to be as saturated in fats if you make it, say, in the air fryer, or you fry it in, or you roast it in the oven. So it's just so sad because she does want to do better for herself, but I think the addiction prevents her from doing it, and maybe it could be lack of knowledge as well. But at the same time, she's on TikTok. There are so many recipes and techniques and stuff on TikTok that there's no real excuse for it. And I feel mean saying that, but it is kind of true. And if she needs therapy, if she's been through stuff in her life that's making her eat like this, then go and get therapy. There's no shame in it. It's really good for you, and if you need it, you need it. Just get it. But yeah, it's just sad to see her eat like this.
I had chicken nuggets and fries for lunch from Chick-fil-A. If I wanted to be healthier, I could have got grilled nuggets over a salad, but I did not. Then I got a chocolate soft serve dipped in chocolate from Dairy Queen. Oh my gosh, the lady...
That's crazy. How many calories do you think are in that? Let's have a look. Let's see what is in it. Let's see what she actually called it so I can look it up. So I just typed in Dairy Queen chocolate soft serve dipped in chocolate for the calories, and it doesn't quite look like what she said. So this is 330 calories for a small, and then I'm going to say that she got a medium just because I think that's quite common, and then so that's 460 to 470 calories, and then the large is 640, give or take, which for a lunch dessert is nuts. So I don't know if that is actually what she had, because she had it in a cup, but she could have just put that in a cup herself, so I'm going to assume that's what she did. But yeah, this after a fast food meal, that her lunch was probably 1,000 calories and so much sugar. Oh, it's so sad. Let's see what the sugar is. Yeah, I'm not surprised that she eats badly, because everything she eats is ultra processed and sugary. So she's going to want to eat more food, and 16 grams of fat in this, 7 grams of protein. Where's the sugar? 31 grams of sugar. That's nearly a daily intake of sugar, which for an adult, for a small cone. That's such a terrible, terrible breakfast. But let's see if she has any veggies later in the day.
Gosh, the lady was so freaking nice. I gave her a tip. This is me recording Dunkin'. They were playing Taylor Swift. I don't
She's at Dunkin' Donuts now.
know how this video got in here, so sorry about that. But I got a coffee.
That's not coffee. I mean, it is, but the sugar in this is going to be nuts. Especially unless she's gone for like a sugar-free option. But even so, coffees that you buy that are like this from like Starbucks or like Costa, the fancy ones that you get, they are so calorically dense. But more to the point, they're so full of sugar. If you can get sugar-free options like sugar-free syrups or whatever, do that because it's much better for you. But it's just have some water.
Supposed to work until midnight, but my trip got cancelled, so I picked up some White Castle for my mom.
Oh my god. She's eaten nothing of substance all day. I think her saying in the morning that she wants to eat protein and vegetables, I don't know if that was actually true or if that was just a cursory thing to say to make people feel bad, because I feel kind of sorry for her. But she's gone to no effort whatsoever to eat any vegetables, any decent protein, any decent anything. She had sugar and ultra processed meat for breakfast. Then she had the Chick-fil-A and the ice cream for lunch. And now she's had the sugary coffee, and now she's had more takeout. I don't know how she affords it. Obviously she's working. Maybe she gets a really decent wage, but I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather save my money from my work and spend it on things that I want to spend it on, like a house or a nice car or an upgraded car or whatever. I personally would go for the house rather than fast food. If I looked at my bank balance and it was low because I spent all of it at McDonald's, I would have to have a serious chat with myself because I would be mortified. But even a piece of fruit would have had something good for her. She's not even gone to the effort to eat an apple. You don't even have to do anything with them. You just wash them and eat them.
And I didn't record it, but here's a picture of essentially what we got.
It can't be all of these burgers, right? Maybe it was just like one burger, 2 burgers. It can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It can't be all of that. That's nuts. 9.
Made it to the end. You're a real one. Comment your favorite flower. Bye.
Christ. Her day was terrible. Absolutely atrocious. There's nothing redeeming about anything that she ate, anything that she had. She didn't even show drinking water, which a lot of them like to do. But yeah, absolutely atrocious. Let's see if this lady is doing any better. And again, she's one of our favourites on this channel. And this looks really interesting. So I'm just curious to see what it is. See what she says.
What I ate today as a fatty. Good morning, fatties. We got Dutchies, sugar-free, of course. And I made my
What did she say that was? Is that takeout?
Got Dutchies, sugar-free, of course. And
I don't know what that is. It's sugar-free, so it's better, but it's bright red, so it's probably got colours and stuff in it. And is that a burger made out of pancakes?
I made my hyperfixation meal. Pancake sandwich, but I did egg whites this time instead of a whole egg.
Oh my goodness me. Okay, so having egg whites instead of like whole eggs is great if you're trying to be really low on calories, but she's put it between 2 pancakes. It kind of defeats the purpose of having no egg yolk, and all the goodness of an egg is in the yolk as a rule. The yolks are the best bit. So she wants to, I don't know, reduce the calories, reduce the cholesterol. I don't know what she's doing with taking the egg out, the yolk out. That makes absolutely no sense to me, because she sandwiched it between 2 pancakes, which are going to be full of sugar and empty carbs, and an ultra processed burger. Babe, she would have been much better off having, if she wanted to have this meal, having 1 pancake with the burger thing, and then having 2 eggs with the yolks, and just not having the top pancake. That's wild. I mean, she's got a lot of protein in it, but she has reduced the protein by taking out the yolk, and she's reduced a lot of the other nutrients that you get from eggs by removing the yolk. So yeah, as I said, she could have improved by removing the second pancake and adding the yolks back in and having some fruit or something on the side. But to remove the yolk and then add pancake, oh, I don't understand. That's nuts.
Taco Bell sauce.
Dutch Bros. Oh, so it is like a takeout drink. Okay.
Delicious. We stopped at Macca's and
All these drinks. Oh, they kill me. They kill me. Oh my goodness me.
got the Hershey's chocolate chip frappe.
Hershey's chocolate chip frappe. How many calories is that? This is why we don't drink things like this. So a small one, according to Google, has approximately 530 calories. And a large one has 790. Oh my gosh. Nearly 1,000 calories. For a drink. A drink! See? Look! 100 grams in one estimate, with another one 87 grams of added sugar. For a large one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, don't drink those. I mean, they're discontinued now, and probably for the best, but this is why you've got to be so mindful of the drinks that you're drinking. 100 grams of sugar, or 87 grams of added sugar. I mean, yeah, this is an estimate. It's not going to be 100%, but still. Even on their website, a small one's 430 calories, and a large one is 660, so it's not much better. And if we look at the nutritional value, where's the sugars? 81 grams of sugar in a large one, and it's not the same thing actually. So I take back what I said. It's not the same thing, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about. 660 calories for a drink, 81 grams of sugar in it. If that's this mocha frappe, what do you think the one with Hershey's and chocolate chips got in it? You've got to be so careful with stuff like this, because they're gonna throw you so far off the wall with your calories and your sugars and whatever. You're not even going to know where it's come from. And it's come from stuff like this. And it's got whipped cream on the top as well. That's crazy.
It's good. I like the crunchies, but I just got a fry with some sweet and sour sauce.
Just got a fry to be healthy. That's still 1,000 calories in total from McDonald's.
I attempted to make cheesy bread, but with the Greek yogurt bagel recipe. So that's the crust. We'll see how it tastes.
What you have?
Which one? Ready? Okay, it cooled off a little bit, so it's not as cheesy.
So making alternatives like this with kind of added ingredients in the base of bread, so like adding like cottage cheese or cream cheese or whatever she said, is a good way of adding like protein and stuff to bread. But at the end of the day, it is still bread. And she's added a lot of cheese as well, so again, fats and calories. I mean, she's not trying to be healthy, as evidenced by what she's eating. But it's really funny to me. So she didn't have egg yolks for breakfast, but then had a 700 calorie drink and cheesy bread. It baffles me.
I would say it does look like Domino's. It's pretty good.
Where's the veggies?
The only thing I didn't add was oil, and I think that's like what's missing. And you know, I gotta have that Hidden Valley Ranch.
That's so many calories as well, just free pour in ranch.
That's perfect.
Where's the veggies?
There's my husband's pizza with the...
That's her husband's, so that
yogurt
doesn't
crust.
count.
Goodbye.
Not a single vegetable, not a piece of fruit, nothing. Again, just ultra processed. I mean, she had an egg whites in the beginning, so that's good. But everything else was just terrible. So we've had another horrendous day. Let's see what this lady is eating. See if it improves. And she's muted because of her music. Bad thought blocker. Very strange to show your medication. I stand by that. Tea with milk and sugar. How much sugar? How much milk? cereal with blueberries. What type of cereal is this? This looks like, we used to have this thing in the UK. I don't know if we still have it, but it was called like golden nuggets or something. Basically these like sugar puff ball things, and they were quite good to be fair, but I had them when I was like 11, so I've not had them in nearly 2 decades. And adding the blueberries is really good. It does look like a really big portion of cereal. She has got a reasonable amount of milk in there. And yeah, blueberries is a nice addition, but she could probably cut the portion down to an actual portion of cereal, which is 30 grams, and then add the blueberries and maybe some like strawberries or something. But overall, it's not a horrendous choice. No protein or anything in it, which is a shame. So maybe add like 2 boiled eggs or something on the side. But it's not as bad as the other 2 that we've seen. So props to her so far. Oh, what is it with people having pie for breakfast? This is the second person that we've seen that has done this, and this is exactly the same sort of pie that the other lady had for breakfast. Pie is not a breakfast food. Pie is a dessert food that you have at the end of the day. You do not need dessert for breakfast. And I know it's got berries in it, but that doesn't count as your like one of your 5 a day when it's in pie form. It just doesn't. It's like saying deep fried chips are one of your 5 a day because it's made out of potato. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. If it did, we'd all be living in a better world. But having this for breakfast is going to make her want to eat everything because she's going to be hungry, because her blood sugar is going to crash and her insulin is going to spike. Save this to the end of the day. You don't need pie for breakfast, and this is a quarter of a pie as well, or nearly a quarter of a pie. So is she going to cut this in half? Because I would assume that an eighth of a pie is a serving rather than a quarter, but we'll see if she has the whole thing. I assume she did because she didn't cut it. Bowl of veggies to cancel out the pie. Going thrifting with my mum, very nice. Oh, so this might have been during the pandemic era due to the mask. So we're continuing strong. We've got some McDonald's. Diet Coke again to be healthy. With a junior chicken. I don't know what that is. Is that like a burger for kids or something? I don't know. But it is still a burger from McDonald's. It's not going to be any good for you. It's just going to be ultra processed, deep fried, not the best quality chicken. Just make something at home. Just cook at home. Olives. Nice. Fair enough. Thrift store stuff. Some cute earrings, and Marlo's picked out some clothes for school. Oh, so her child picked out some school clothes. Water. Shrimp wonton soup. Okay, that actually looks quite nice. That actually does look quite nice. Loads of noodles though. Maybe cut down on the noodles, but other than that, it's not actually horrendous. It's not another McDonald's meal. It doesn't cancel out the trash that she's had in the day, but she has had a lot more of a balanced day than the other ones, so I'll give her props for that. So this is much better than what the other ones have had. And yeah, this looks pretty nice. Very beige though.
A little.
Yeah, so she was an improvement. She didn't do very well, but she did add the bowl of veggies and the olives and stuff. I do wonder if they were performative, but just for the video. But it is good that she had them. So she got maybe 3 of her 5 a day in, which is better than 0, but it's not really good enough. And she's got children. You saw a little baby foot in the car, and then one of the other children picked out school clothes. So you need to model good behaviour for children. And modelling eating pie for breakfast just isn't really the way, because I will always stand up for children and their health, because I was an obese child. I weighed more at 12 years old than I weighed today as a grown woman. So I know what it's like to be an obese kid. I do. And it was horrendous. It sucked. And I still have issues from what I dealt with as a child today. It's awful. Don't raise your kids to be obese. It sucks. Teach them healthy food, how to eat healthily, teach them a balanced diet, and teach them that food isn't the enemy, and it also isn't the be-all and end-all of life. Food has a purpose. It can be tasty, it can be shared with family, and it is really nice. But food like this, or food like she was eating, pie for breakfast, isn't the way forward. They're going to get chunky and they're going to get bullied.
Late night snack.
What I ate today as a fatty.
Good morning, fatties. We're gonna make a cupcake protein coffee. Some cupcake syrup.
That was so much creamer. Oh, it's a protein shake. Okay, fair enough, my bad. It's protein shake. It's not that bad. Cold foam. Oh, it's like whipped cream.
Delicious.
That's not a horrendous way of making a coffee if you're using like protein shake. It's not actually that bad, and she did use the syrup, assuming it was sugar free. Again, it's not that bad, and she didn't have a crazy amount of whipped cream. You could forego the whipped cream, but overall it's not that bad. But it is a very high calorie drink just due to the protein shake. I would assume they're about 150 calories, give or take, based on what a protein shake is if you just use powder. So it is a high calorie drink. I would rather eat my food, but that is also a massive cup. So hopefully the macros are not too bad.
Delicious. Breakfast. Trader Joe's and Costco. White girl.
She does like her hash browns, and the egg cups are pretty good, but egg cups are so easy. You can just make them at home, and you can make them so much better at home as well, because you can add like veggies and whatever else you like to a more, not appropriate, but a nice ratio, so you can have a lot of veggies in your egg cup with still a lot of egg, rather than having it be 90% egg and like 2 pieces of lettuce in it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, make them at home. It's a lot easier. And hash browns, again, just fried potato. So maybe have 2 egg cups with 1 hash brown and a boiled egg. So some chicken, even some tuna, just anything that's higher in protein. If you're meat free, then have some tofu or like a meat alternative. So like those vegan bacons and stuff like that. They are ultra processed, but you can get nice ones. Yeah, tofu is a really good choice as well. So there are options. It doesn't just have to be beige, beige, and beige.
And me loves ketchup.
Oh, and fruit and veg as well. You could add that too.
So, yeah. My husband made these protein. No, what are they? My husband made these. No, what are they? My husband made these Greek yogurt bagels. Never had them before, so we're gonna try them. It's hot as fuck. Cream cheese.
Does look like a nice bagel. It looks nice and risen, and it's got it's going to have more protein in it than like a normal bagel, just due to the ingredients, like the Greek yogurt in it. But it's still going to be high in calories because it's bread based and it's big. So just to have it on its own, well, she's added cream cheese, but you know, it's not the best choice because it's not going to fill her up, because it is big, but it's not big enough to be a meal, and it's not got enough protein to be satiating. So she would have been better off cutting it in half, like long ways obviously, and making it into a sandwich. So adding the cream cheese if she likes that, and then, well, she does like that, and then having like a chicken breast, chicken legs, tofu, just a veggie sandwich. I tend to have those quite a lot as well. I love veggies in a sandwich. Just to make it more filling and tastier, rather than just having it on its own with some cream cheese. But that's just what I would do.
Crispy outside, but doughy inside. Jersey Mike's for lunch. Tuna. I saw someone else cut their little sandwich up into little dippers, so we're trying it. And I get the oil and the vinaigrette on the side, so it doesn't get soggy by the time you get home.
I would have thought a sandwich like this, because it does look incredible, the sandwich looks really, really nice. I would have thought that you wouldn't need kind of like an oil or a vinaigrette on the sandwich. I genuinely didn't know that people added vinaigrettes to sandwiches, and that might be a really kind of naive or stupid thing to say, and it might just be quite an ignorant thing to say, but I've never done it. I've never seen anybody do it, so that's just what the basis that I'm coming from. But if you've got like tomatoes and lettuce, you've got like a tuna salad in there, surely that's flavourful enough that you don't need a vinaigrette. I would have thought that, personally. It's not that bad, and I mean, it's odd to me, but getting it on the side is much better than having it over the sandwich itself. One, because as she said, it doesn't make it soggy, but you can control it a lot more, so you're not having the whole pot smothered over the sandwich. You are doing a bit more, yeah, a bit more like quality control in a way. So yeah, I'd have thought that the sandwich would have been enough, but if you want added calories of vinaigrette, then fair enough. Because I would have thought the sandwich would have been flavourful enough as well on its own without the need of a vinaigrette, but that's just me.
A little late night snack.
Beige, beige, and beige.
We got like animal style fries with potato wedges.
What did she say? They were animal style fries.
Animal style fries.
I don't know what that means. So it looks like she's got like mincemeat with, is that onions? Like fried onions with melted cheese and potato. Fair enough.
With potato wedges.
Not a single vegetable. Not a single piece of fruit.
Welcome.
She could have made that much better by having less cheese. You can keep the wedges, keep the fried onions, keep the mince, and then just add shredded cabbage or something. Just add diced veggies, and it makes it so much tastier, so much more filling, so much more volume, and you can eat a lot of food for less calories. It's like, or just in general, just have all of this, but cut the portion in half and add the veggies on the side. And she said this is a late night snack or something. If you're going to bed soon, you don't need to have a meal. If you're really, really hungry, then have something small and light so your body can digest it properly. But having something like this that's going to be so heavy and oily and greasy and fatty, it's going to be hard on the body to digest it when you're asleep. So it's going to just sit so heavily in your stomach as well. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people that if I'm really, really hungry at night, like really hungry, if I only had, say, lunch, I only ate one meal in the day because I've been busy or at work or not feeling well or something. If I'm super hungry at nighttime, I can't sleep properly. So I will generally get, because I have boiled eggs in the fridge, I will tend to have a boiled egg wrapped in lots of lettuce, and then that is enough for me to then go to sleep. I would never dream of having something like this right before bed. I think I wouldn't sleep very well, so it's not something that I would do. But yeah, again, not a very good day. This looks fabulous, minus the vinaigrette, but everything else was just beige and highly processed. I mean, the egg cups, again, it's not that bad, but it is an improvement on the first two that we saw. The first two were atrocious, and we didn't have any 1,000 calorie or 700 calorie drinks, which is also good. But eating like this is probably going to put you in an early grave. As nasty and as mean as that sounds, it probably will, because this is going to clog your arteries like no one's business. Especially when you're adding it to 700 calorie drinks and just ultra processed, well, not ultra processed, but like carbs and sugars. It's just terrible to see, because she is going to face health consequences from this sort of stuff, and she could do something about it. She just chooses not to. And I mean, it's her business. She can do what she wants. If she wants to destroy her health, then more power to her, and she can. But she's got a husband, and they should probably want to live a long, happy, healthy life together, and eating like this isn't going to be a really good way of getting that. So I don't know. I just find it odd that you wouldn't want to do better for yourself and that you just choose to eat trash like this all the time. But it's not my life, so I don't really have a say in anything, obviously. I'm just some random on the internet talking about my opinion. So anyway, that's enough of me rambling on. I'm going to finish the video here. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, please let me know down in the comments if you liked it, if you didn't like it, and any improvements that you think I could make. And what did you think of these people's diets today? So again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys!